There it is.
Oh, my God.
You all thought you were safe from us and that we wouldn't find you. Well, think again, because Nick and Rob are coming. And not only are we coming, but we're coming for you.
Maybe even to you.
And if you're not down with that, we got Jed to the Saba. Hello, Jersey Pete.
What up?
Hello, Jersey Pete. We love ya. Chris Koosh. Come, boys. Come, boys. Well, Chris, we're gonna. Jim Brennan.
Hey, Jersey Pete met Jim Parsons.
We got weights and fish. Patty Boy, Patty Troy, the Dark Gnome, Dustin. Hey, Dustin, Imperial Shot. Miguel. Hello, fellow butt chuggers.
What up,
Anti-spin, Andrew, Mike, Creeping Death. Welcome in, everybody. So happy to hear from all of you. Hope you're doing well. Let's get it going for everybody. This episode is brought to you in part by myfatcock.com. Look it.
I wonder if that's really a thing.
I bet it's not.
I'm sure.
Let's look it up real quick.
Let's buy it. Let's buy that URL and
Let's buy that domain.
Yeah, buy it. There we go.
Myfatcock.com.
We got to buy it and fucking redirect it to our page.
Not secure.
Dude, I bet you there's got to be a market to do that. To buy up URLs and
there is.
buy up domains and resell.
There's a version of us. It's like fucking $5,000. I think it's thebrohiopodcast.com.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
Dirty pool, man.
At least I know I'm worth at least $5,000, right?
Yeah. Until they find out everything that's wrong with us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
If you're farty and you know it, clap your hands. If you're farty and you know it. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Brohio Podcast, the creamiest cream spot where you've ever creamed. And if you're a lady, listen to this show. Just know that multiple times in your life, a man has wished that you would poop on him.
That checks out.
You think it's true?
Absolutely.
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 This goes out to the lady. This song goes out to the ladies. Can you take me higher? What do you think about that halftime show, man?
I like it, man. I like Kendrick, so
I didn't realize he's 4 foot tall.
Yeah, he's like 5'1". He's
He looked
really
like
short.
he looked like a French bulldog running out of there.
Dude's so fucking good, though, man. I liked it. I thought it was really good.
He's very autistic.
Dude, my Facebook feed was so fucked up last night. It was so
I got
fucking
on,
racist.
I got on
I'm
for
like, damn, dude.
I got on for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ease back into Facebook.
People are still talking about it today, dude. It's crazy.
And I deleted 4 or 5 people. Just people on both sides.
Yeah.
Give it a fucking rest. Just relax. Just whether you did or you didn't like it, just disengage for a minute.
Yeah.
Quit jerking off and smell the roses.
My favorite's all the people that are like, put somebody fucking good in there like Metallica. Like, dude, they haven't been good since the 70s. You want fucking 70-year-old white guys up there? Like, come on.
Love to never land. Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Oh, dude.
You know, I heard a new song from Shinedown on the radio today.
Oh, God, I would have fucking shot myself.
They're still doing it. I'm turning down the barrel of a 45. Rob Dog's gonna use it in another life.
All those guys sing like they got fucking a mouthful of mashed potatoes.
I love mashed potatoes.
Me too, man.
Speaking of mashed potatoes, we got some new Patreon subscribers.
Hell yeah, let's
say hello to. I gotta scroll up.
Ooh.
And it's all the way.
And look at his picture too. Look at that.
Matthew Hickson. He's got a Washington Redskin, the abolished version of the Redskin.
Yeah.
They're the Commanders now, but Matthew Hickson said, I don't fucking care, dude. I like my Redskins like I like my fucking dick. Red.
The skin's got to be red, brother.
If that dick, your dick skin ain't red. Hey, if you got a red dick, send us a picture of it, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
That's got to be from Dry Jerkin.
And I swear to God, if we get any Photoshop red dicks, you're going straight to the top of the pile.
It at least has to be organic.
What pile, you ask? Well,
Man.
you'll find out.
That's why my dick is calloused, man. You do it so long, it just grows its own calluses.
Yeah, dude.
It did hard days. We did 80 hours this past week. Fucking next we got Corey Rug. Rough. Thanks, Corey. Your fucking name sucks.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, brother.
I don't know about you, but that last name looks French. And I live above the Gulf of America, so I don't deal with this French shit.
North of the Gulf of America, brother.
We eat freedom fries. We burp. Fart. I had a daddy-daughter dance on Saturday night.
Okay.
And I feel like it was deja vu. So I might have told this same story last year. I don't know. But nonetheless, I was scared for my life because everybody in the world right now either has the flu or norovirus.
Yeah.
Exploding shit guts. Every bro I talk to, I'm like, hey, what you doing, bro? They say, I'm fucking shitting I'm pooping my pants. I'm wearing my wife's panties because I'm wearing my underwear.
Fucking already blew through them.
Gay!
Speaking of that, my wife the other day asked me, have you ever put on women's underwear? I was like, not that I know.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
I was like, maybe to do it once just to be funny, but never. I don't fucking go to a job site with the fucking whale tail hanging out.
Come on, dude. You know if you've tried them on, you would know. There's not
no,
maybe once by accident.
No, not by accident. Just wants to be funny. Like, I'll put them on over my shorts, but I've never put them bare dick. Dude, if my swampy ass got a fucking floss of underwear through it, that fabric would melt.
Yeah, cut it right in half.
Yeah, dude.
It wouldn't be thongs, it'd be gawns. No, I went to the bathroom to pee.
Yeah.
At the father-daughter dance, them little miniature toilets.
Oh, dude, those are the best.
And there was some guy in there just hammering it out, buddy, just like, just blowing absolute hell. Fire and brimstone against the porcelain walls. And it was funny because I went in there to pee, and I was peeing and washing my hands, and Paisley, she yelled in there, she said, come on, Dad. And that dad on the toilet was like, I'm moving as fast as I freaking can. Started yelling at his daughter. I can't make it come out any faster.
Poor guy. He's fucking seeing Jesus on the toilet.
He looks fucking touched up.
Poor man. We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
I'm going fast again. And that little girl was like, Dad, that wasn't me. That was Paisley talking to her dad. He's like, well, nobody in here is having a good time.
He's already made sure of it. He's got the tile walls melting.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
He said, I want this again. Oh, God. I was like,
that's great.
Man, and I just like, yeah, they all sound the same. And he just fucking radio silence. I was pissed.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. I know he had the talk before the dance. You know, he said to his wife, I probably shouldn't go. My stomach's all upset.
Oh, that's fucking great, man. Dude, I saw this video the other day that I meant to send to you, and I completely forgot to. It was this guy who he was in, like, I don't know what the fuck kind of store it was. Maybe it was like a Marshall's or something like that. And he walked up to somebody. He walked up to somebody that worked there, and he was like, "Oh, my friend's stuck in the bathroom and he needs help." They're like, "What are you? What?" And he's like, "He's locked in and can't get out." And they're like, well, "That's fucking weird." So he's like, "All right, I'll come in there and help you." And he goes with the fucking associate into the bathroom, and he points to the stall, and he's like, "He's in there." And the associate goes over there and is like, "Sir, can you not get out?" And like puts his hand over. He's like, "You just gotta lift the thing. You just gotta lift the thing to get out." And the guy in there is like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And then the guy that went and got him was like, because he didn't know the guy. And he tried to leave, and the guy wouldn't let him leave. He said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He said, "What the fuck are you guys doing out there?"
Cock watching.
Can you imagine just trying to take a shit, and someone's reaching over trying to
That's my fucking worst nightmare, dude.
Dude.
Someone tries that, they're getting pissed on. I've always got about 6 to 8 ounces in the reserve.
Yeah, you gotta keep
I'm
it.
ready to, even when I'm completely done pissing, I can turn back around and fill up a drug sample.
Like a skunk.
If I have to. Yeah, I've always got some milk in the reserves.
Yeah, man, you gotta have it there.
Oh my God, what do we got
I
here?
don't fucking know. Let's see. Let's click it.
Redirecting you to Tribune.com. 19-year-old Georgia healthcare worker faces felony for twerking on disabled man's head.
Fucking call me disabled then. Bring it.
Oh my God.
How disabled are we talking?
She looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and they took her wig off for the mugshot.
Oh,
She's
that's
not very pretty.
Fucking dirty, man.
She lost her weave.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, he's really disabled.
Lascretia.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's a waterhead.
That poor man.
That's a hydrocephalus.
Yeah, it
Whatever
is.
they call it. Lucretia Cormasa Coyen of Loganville was charged with exploitation of a disabled person after authorities were alerted to the viral video. The footage allegedly filmed and posted by Coyen shows her wearing scrubs and a stethoscope while dancing inappropriately over the seated individual. According to the Loganville Police Department, they launched an investigation after the video gained widespread attention on social media on January 23rd, 2025. Police department was made aware of the viral video depicting a female dancing in a provocative manner above a disabled man's head.
Poor guy.
Oh, my God. Loganville police chief condemned the act. He said, "When I watched it, disgusted is the only word I know."
Oh, do we got? Is it playable?
He's disabled, and then making the video and posting it to social media for your own benefit is the exploitation of that person.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Is it clickable?
Right now, it's a video that's going viral.
Bro, she's fucking getting
Dude,
it.
she is rubbing her pussy flaps on the top of his head.
Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now.
Oh, my God, the
yeah, dude.
smell. Can disabled people smell? I think they can.
Yeah, I feel like their senses are probably heightened, right?
He's probably trying to puke right there. In the response to the backlash, Coyen posted, she responded claiming that the person whose head she was dancing on felt very aware and comfortable to her. Okay. She remains in jail. She worked in a in-home adult daycare program. Oh boy. One time one of my friends sent me like paraplegic porn, just like two paraplegics. They had them strung up like fucking marionettes, making them have sex with each other, and I said, "Fucking crazy." And at that point in my life, I decided I don't like that stuff. I don't like the exploitation of disabled people. And for this one right here, I think our audio is doing something weird right now. Why I say that? Everybody saying we got robot voices on YouTube. Alright, we may not on the actual recording, but we'll check. No, hold on, right? Okay. Over the seated individual. According to the Loganville Police Department, they launched... Nope, no, it's not. She is rubbing her pussy flaps on top of his head. No, I'm glad it got the beginning of the episode. Yeah. Smell. When disabled people smell. In response to the backlash, Coyen posted. Sorry, guys. No, that's all right. We're gonna have to. I'm glad you guys caught it. You saved the day because we were recording the whole entire goddamn episode like last time. Yeah.
And save it. I know what it is. It's this thing. I saw it glitching out. The screen was kind of shaking a little bit. And you need to reboot it. I gotta reboot it. So YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. That's why I'm glad I read the comments. Gotta hold on a second. Even if it doesn't seem like I do read the comments, I do. That was a good burp, dude.
Caroline.
Hello.
Shut.
Okay, now on the YouTube, tell us if you can hear us now.
Do we still sound robot-y?
Oh, I just want to know if they can hear us or not.
Or can you hear us? Seems fixed.
Better.
Better. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Save the day.
That's why we keep you guys here. If not, we'd be lost.
We're stupid.
Yeah. About said the R word.
Well,
it's okay.
yeah. That's more gooder. Okay.
It's the Gulf of America now. We can say the R word.
Yeah. Sorry, our audio got a little wonky, but YouTube caught it for us.
Thank you, guys.
Nonetheless, what happened there, she's still in jail.
Yep.
We got to wait to see what happens.
Yep.
I got to, my buddy just texted me and said, your audio sounds all fucked up.
Thank you, sir.
Old Joe. Oh, my buddy Joe. I love him so much. He's like a lifelong caretaker of mine. He's just taken care of me for many years, and
Yeah, somebody's got to.
Yeah. All right. In honor of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show that Rob and I couldn't give two fucking shits about, in honor of Fox not showing Taylor Swift one time last night.
Dude, wasn't that wild? Her getting mood was so fucking good.
Yeah, it's because
She said, "What's going on?"
Philadelphia was using Patrick Mahomes like a fleshlight all night.
Yeah, dude.
That's why.
Travis Kelce didn't have a single fucking catch the entire first half.
Dude,
great.
fresh ass haircut though.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a wrap for him. He's probably gonna retire.
I fucking dude, something about him. He gets up, he'll get up from being tackled, and he'll get up and he'll like push a guy.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking asshole. Like, ooh.
I heard he beats Taylor Swift.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know.
I bet if you walked in on them fucking, you wouldn't even be able. He covers her completely. You wouldn't even be able to see it. That's probably the most unenthusiastic sex ever.
You know, I don't know. She definitely only does missionary. I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by her songs,
Yeah.
she only does missionary.
Yeah, she does the whole arched back doggy style. She's practically sitting up. She sits there fucking all lumped back. Looking like letter U upside down.
Oh yeah. Well, I forget what we were talking about.
I don't know.
We got to stop because I don't have Taylor. Just like we don't have Disney money, we can't. We're not prepared to defend ourselves against Taylor Swift.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I think she's pretty and nice.
I'm sure she's a good person.
I don't care.
She's pretty.
She likes cats,
She does, yeah.
and I love cats. So
No, fuck the Chiefs, though.
yeah. So here's a quick break for
Taylor Swift.
all of our sponsors and Taylor Swift. Goody! Hey, did you know we have a super secret closed group on Facebook
Yeah.
called the Brohio Podcast Butt Chuggers Anonymous? You can get into it with the password. We're not going to tell you the password, but if we were going to tell you the password, it's probably Bill Wilkins. And that's how you get into the closed group.
It's that simple.
And there's lots of debauchery going on there and lots of things. Just crazy stuff.
That's fucked up, Josh.
What?
The fat one looks skinnier. How about us?
I don't know if that's you.
It's definitely you.
I've gained about 25 pounds since Christmas, but I locked back in about a week ago. I already lost 13 pounds in a week, so it's mostly water weight. I gotta get this water weight off.
I'm bloated.
I'm all full of cum and salt. I'm like a fucking sperm whale. So,
But you're still on the up and up.
yeah. Well, honestly, I had a moment of reckoning. Okay, so when it got cold, my ambition to do anything stopped. I didn't care about providing for my family.
Yeah.
I didn't care about feeding the animals. I didn't care if the trash made of the curb. I don't care about anything. And then my wife was like, you might need to take like some vitamin D, like some vitamins.
Miss me on that gay shit.
Yeah. I'm like, only women getting vitamin D in this house. You're fucking ass.
Yeah, man.
Bitch. And
It's this time of year.
then I started taking the supplements and stuff, and I started feeling a lot better. And it
Good.
does have to do with the weather.
Yeah.
It's like a seasonal depression, man. And
It's something like you really don't even understand. Like you don't really get. You don't want to go outside, so that makes you not want to fucking get up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
It's just so easier to just stay warm and sit in your fucking chair in your bed.
when the air hits your skin, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, it hurts. It don't feel good.
God, it's stupid.
I'd rather go outside and sweat than stay in or go outside and fucking freeze my testicles off.
In the words of Fergie Ferg, make you work, make you work. So this morning I got up and, I told myself, I said, all right, every day going forward, I'm just going to do something, whether it's go to the gym or walk the dog or I've done well. I've been taking like a walk or worked out every day. And
Good, man.
got to get back into it. Got to get that summer body. And we're thinking about going on a cruise for spring break too.
Hell
so.
yeah, nice.
Okay.
That'll be fun. So we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do for spring break too. So
Can't wait. So let's talk about the quiet life of an ordinary American couple. And I'm not talking about Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart. Two people who seemed happy, normal, if that word even means anything anymore,
no.
and stable. Nothing out of the ordinary, just your old run-of-the-mill all-American couple. Well, that's exactly why this story kind of reaches out and grabs you, because it was two people that were not meant to suffer the fate that ultimately they would succumb to. Well,
Okay.
one of them anyways.
Okay.
Because beneath that picture-perfect surface, well, there was a little bit of deception, maybe some teenagers running afoul, and one life cut violently short. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Pamela Smart, or Pamela.
Pamela.
If you're of the, what was that? Borat.
Borat.
Yeah. King of the Castle. King of the Castle.
Fucking great movie.
Name of the Wizard. You might have heard the name Pamela Smart, as she's been kind of synonymous with true crime over the years. There's been TVs, movies, documentaries, and media circuses all revolving around her and the circumstances of what happened to her husband. But there is a lot to unpack in this story, and we're going to examine the shocking crime that took place on May 1st, 1990 in the small town of Derry, New Hampshire, home of
Stranger Things.
Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what it is. Stranger Things is different. Never mind.
Stranger Things is Hawkins.
That's Hawkins. Yeah,
my friend. Hawkins,
Yeah.
Indiana.
that's right. It's a Pennywise.
The Sadie Hawkins dance in my
Oh, yeah.
khaki pants.
Yeah.
That's one of Emily's favorite songs. Reliant K.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good song?
I haven't heard that shit in forever.
Dude, it's so good. She always plays it for me because she knows I like it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll look at what led a bright, up-and-coming woman and a group of teenagers down a very murderous, heartbreaking, and scandalous path.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And if you know us, you know we like true crime stories with juicy details that usually involve a cock and a fucking vagina going in and out of each other at pleasurable speeds that causes a man to ejaculate and leaves the woman laying there thinking, when's it my turn?
The scary part is her turn never comes.
Girls don't really come, dude. They just think they
No.
do.
No, it's not. It's not necessary.
I don't think about that. I was like, how can there's no way their cum feels like our cum.
I don't know, man.
It does go.
I think it might be better.
I think honestly, dude, my wife. I don't know. I don't know if she fakes it or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other night we were doing it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm about to go," and I said, "Okay," and she said, "Shiver me timbers," and I said, "There's no way that's real. There's no way that you're going and you're saying shiver me timbers."
She fucking hit you with a shiver.
You think it was fake?
I think so, man.
I'm gonna talk to her about it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a wire. I'm gonna get this recorded. I'm gonna get those Meta sunglasses, and I'm gonna record her lying. I'm gonna say, "True or false? You say shiver me timbers when you climax." You better tell the truth. In the late 1980s in New Hampshire, a place most folks think of as, I know, me and Rob, we think that nobody lives there. It's kind of, nobody lives in New Hampshire.
I've never heard of anybody that ever lived there.
It's a picturesque, calm, maybe even a little boring in some places. Pam Wojas, well, that was her maiden name anyways. We would know her as Pam Smart.
All right.
Not too many smart people in this story, though. She was born in 1967, and she grew up in a seemingly normal, stable household. She had two very successful parents. Her dad was an airline pilot. Her mom was a part-time legal assistant. And by all accounts of former classmates, she was a very chatty, bright girl with a knack for making friends. Always wanted to be the center of attention. She was always willing to show people her butthole.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Hell was rare in those days, man. You had to marry someone before you saw their asshole back then.
Show me your butthole.
Dude, there is no, like, attractive or sexy way to say, "Let me see your butthole." There's really not. Like, the most you could say is, like, "Show me your ass," and, like, "Spread those cheeks."
I've really been wanting to ask you something, but I don't know how to ask.
How do you romantically ask to see someone's asshole?
You don't. That's just something you take upon you wait for him to, one of those first nights.
Yeah.
You wait for him to fall asleep and just go look for it. Try and find it yourself. Don't ask, just do it.
Right.
So Pam, she went on to attend college at Florida State University, where she developed the passion for communication and mass media. She even had a stint hosting her own radio program on the local college radio station, branding herself as a heavy metal enthusiast, which she would
poser.
She embodied. That was her entire identity was based off of heavy metal. She was known on the radio. It was called Metal Mayhem, and she was the Maiden of Mayhem.
Hell yeah,
that was her name on the air, was the Maiden of Mayhem.
You had me sold at ham.
Maiden of Metal, I think is what it was.
Okay.
And we might say the seeds of her future career in media, working in a school district as a media coordinator, were planted then in college when she was working as the Maiden of Metal at the Mullet Militia. I don't know anything about that. Mullet Militia part was made up. Around this same period, she met Greg Smart, a good-looking, laid-back guy with an easy smile, equally of the metal enthusiasm Greg was. He had a wholesome vibe, though. He was known for being outgoing, very friendly, had lots of friends. He was always the life of the party as well. Some said that he was a people person.
Okay.
A romantic. He was a bit of a romancer as well, who, like Pam, had dreams for the future. They dated, and my God, they fucking got it on hard and long. Sparks flew almost immediately.
Aww.
It seemed like they had the unstoppable brand of young love and hot friction. Heated, just two mammals doing it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. And she loved his giant smile, his energy. He had a vibe. Yeah, just like that.
Dude, I'd fucking kill somebody.
He looked like the Burger King. That's who he looked like.
The airplane Burger King guy?
Yeah. They did. They said enough of this dating stuff. It's time to get married. In 1989, it was a pretty picturesque, run-of-the-mill, typical wedding ceremony. Friends, families, cake getting shoved in each other's faces.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Dude, yeah.
You know, there's some weird statistic that like 80% of people who smash the cake in their faces get divorced. Isn't that wild?
We're still in the minority there.
I know, right? I threw the whole fucking cake at her.
Yeah, I picked it up and fucked it and then dumped her on the.
I fucking 3D'd her through the table.
I frog splashed it and just dry humped it.
Did you do the fucking eat the top tier thing on your 1 year?
Yeah.
God, that shit's fucking awful.
Ours held up okay.
Oh, it was rough.
We did okay with it.
Yeah.
It was not bad. I love cake, though.
It's hit and miss.
Right.
That's why I
There's
prefer-
bad cake and there's good cake.
Yeah, I prefer cupcakes because I can only eat a little bit and I
Yeah.
get fucking tired of it.
And then there's your fucking mom's cake. I like that.
Once you get through the hair.
Yeah, dude. My mom looks like a dad from the knees up to the waist. She got hairy thighs and stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I'd be like, Mom, why are your thighs so hairy? And she'd say, it's what your daddy likes. He's a muff diver.
Ain't no hair ever stopped that man.
Dude, every time I talk to my mom, she says, what did you say bad about me on the podcast this week?
Just don't listen.
Oh, she's not. But I'll say, I told everyone you got hairy ass thighs.
Yeah. You got time to say all you want until they start going to the lake again and your dad makes her listen.
Yeah, then I got to roll it back.
Then you got to dial it back a little bit.
So, yeah, they got married in 1989. Everyone believed that this was the epitome of young love that would just last a lifetime. I'm sure they danced a Firehouse. I finally found the love of a lifetime. That's probably,
What a good song.
18, back in the 1980s, 1990s, whatever. Now, Pam, she was 22 and Greg was 24, and the world felt like it was theirs. The world, it was just ripe for the picking, man. And they were young and they had so much to just grow and do together. Behind that sweet little newlywed facade, there were cracks in the foundation. There was cracks in that marital foundation. They would soon start to reveal themselves. When Pam and Greg, they returned to New Hampshire, Pam landed a job as a media coordinator at Winnicott High School in Hampton. She was young, charismatic, and only a few years older than some of the kids she worked with.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'll tell you this, she was about an 8.2 for 1990.
Yeah.
She was, I'll tell you what, if my librarian looked like her, I'd have been up there in the fucking Encyclopedia Britannica's jacking my dick.
You'd have learned how to read.
No, I don't know. That's a little ambitious.
That's pushing it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have spent so much time in the, I remember there was this one encyclopedia when we were in school for Woodstock, and there was like two chicks showing their tits because it was Woodstock.
Right.
And I was a library aide, so I was always in the library.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go talk to people I didn't even know. I'd say, "Hey, what's up? Welcome to the library." And I'd talk to him and stuff. And I'd start to make friends. I'm like, "You guys want to see some tits?" And then I'd take them back there to the encyclopedia, the Woodstock part, and I'd open it up. There'd be two chicks with hairy belly buttons and their fucking hangers just.
There was always the one kid who knew which fucking book it was and what page it was on.
You remember that?
Yeah, fuck, I do.
It was me, man.
You were that kid. You were in my elementary school, but I remember in elementary school there was a kid, and he wrote in the front page, and it was like, turn to page 416. He turned to 416, and boy, there were some big old fucking black titties.
Oh, I remember that one too.
Yeah, it was so good.
We had that same one. Yeah, those were nasty though.
Oh man,
Those Woodstock ones weren't bad.
yeah, right.
We gotta find that. Those would bring back some memories.
WoodstockTitties.com.
.com. So there's, she was working at school, and I'll tell you, Rob, let me show you.
Okay.
Pam,
Yeah, let's check her out.
Pam Smart. Well, she's old now. So,
Yeah, naturally. Okay.
but I mean, 1990.
She has the same hair as my mom still. That's kind of fucking weird. But
1990, you sail on down to the media center, the library, and she's checking out, you know, Arthur books and shit.
Right.
And she's just, you know, popping around the library with that beautiful blonde hair and that little smile.
We had a hot art teacher. That was pretty cool.
Well, yeah, until she turned on you, which I did get her to turn on me.
Yeah. I think I may have told this story. We fucking
showed her the inside of my underwear.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. We built 2 towers of fucking paper and was flying paper airplanes into them. This was post 9/11.
Jesus.
She laughed.
Okay.
I got her number.
I'm still friends with her on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves me, dude.
I literally just thought that made me think about her. I haven't even.
Well, she was really young too. She was like
young,
20, 21, fresh out of college when she became our art teacher.
Right.
And one day, for some odd reason, I had a pair of white boxer briefs that looked like tighty whities.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling my buddies at lunch, I was like, I fucking hate these underwear, and I don't want to wear them anymore. And somebody is like, you should fill them full of pudding and then show.
I'm sure it's probably fucking Chris.
I don't remember, dude. But they talked me into taking a chocolate pudding cup and dumping it in my underwear.
That's still something you would do now.
I know, dude.
It's so you.
And she was walking by, and I was like, hey, come here. And it was that little hallway right between the trainer's office and when you're going to the gym.
Yeah.
And she walked in there, and I pulled down my pants. I showed her my I didn't pull down my underwear, but I pulled my shorts all the way down. The pudding was like you could see it on the outside of the underwear, and she gasped. She went, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "Do you need to go to the office?" And I looked at her, I smiled at her, and I said, "It's just pudding."
But here you are with an ass full of pudding. Like, joke's on you, but really, you got fucking butt cheeks full of pudding.
And she shook her head and she left, dude. And then this is the best part. There was like it was like homecoming 5 years later or something at school, and I went there and I saw her. Like, hey, what's up?
How many years did you go to high school, dude?
I went back for a football game.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, damn, man.
Yeah, no, I was on that. I was getting my Juris Doctrine or whatever it is there.
Yeah.
But she's like, hey, how are you? And I said, I'm good, just working and stuff. She said, I just want you to know that day you showed me your underwear, that's not okay. And I was like, fuck it. Well, at the time, I was a different person. But she had to tell me that it was not okay. I mean, we still laughed about it, but I think she thought that there was like a fucking statute of limitations. She still might get arrested, and she was telling me that wasn't okay.
Zach said, ass crack full of snack pack is wild.
Yeah, I did too.
Dude, that's great.
Oh, I just put it in my hand. I just wiped it up my ass.
It's so fucking stupid.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
Oh, where were we? Okay. Yeah, so exactly what you thought. She was young, charismatic, and only a few years older than some of the kids that she was working with. So she was like that cool adult who understood teenage culture. She was the kind of authority figure who the kids, they looked up to her because she was very much still into metal, like hard rock, heavy metal. She was up on all the trends, and she tried to connect with the kids on their level. But if you look back at interviews from teachers and community members at the time, some found it a bit odd how close Pam got to certain students, and she didn't have that clear boundary you'd expect from a staff member in a high school environment. There were kids like loading their underwear full of pudding, and at first it seemed harmless. Pam offered guidance. She'd give some pep talks, just like a typical, that cool aunt or that big sister vibe.
Just fucking thinking of you with pudding in your underwear, and I'm fucking dying over here. The whole fucking ass of your fucking tiny whitey's just dripping brown pudding.
It was a whole snack pack. I fucking squeezed it into my hand.
That's so much pudding.
I squeezed it into my hand, and then I pulled my shorts down, And I like from the gooch to my waist, I just white pudding up my underwear.
Please tell me you were in like fucking khaki shorts or something.
I was in blue short. I don't. But I don't
shit.
remember what happened when I got home. I don't remember throwing my underwear away. So I imagine my mom acquired these underwear just like,
Oh shit.
oh my God, he shit himself. But it smells like pudding.
Why didn't he say anything?
He's such a sweet boy that even when he shits himself, it smells like watered down chocolate.
Son, I think it's time for you to lay off the chocolate.
I think I went to football practice with my underwear and just.
Oh shit, man, that's funny as fuck. Oof, that hurt.
Yeah. So she didn't really establish boundaries with the kids. At first, you know, she was just kind of giving that cool auntie, big sister vibe. No one suspected she might be forging anything more, like maybe some intimacy. Meanwhile, her husband, Greg Smart, he was starting a career in insurance, trying to build a foundation for a stable future for his family. But he was growing out of this heavy metal phase, and he had to cut his long hair.
Oh, man.
And when he did that, that upset Pam. She didn't like that. So she got. That's when things got a little volatile between the two. Is when he cut his fucking heavy metal hair, which is
That's crazy, dude.
kind of lame. She wasn't quite the. He started to notice changes in her. She wasn't the same enthusiastic wife he'd married. She seemed restless, maybe a little dissatisfied. Money became brought to the focus. Money was getting very tight between the two. Real adult life was creeping in, just like it always does to all of us.
For sure.
And it didn't quite feel the honeymoon phase. It was over. The whirlwind romance was gone. And no one realized just how dark it would get or how soon it would. It was a powder keg, buddy, because it was about to blow up. So we're going to talk about Billy Flynn. Billy Flynn was he was a 15-year-old student at the Winnicott High School. He was a kid who, according to classmates, was pretty unremarkable. But one thing I will say, he had an earring, he had the long hair, he wore a leather jacket, and he was a rockin' ass guitarist.
Okay.
And now that,
hey man,
was a recipe for fucking.
Yeah.
For 22-year-old Pam Smart. Just not to spoil it too much. He was very impressionable. He was easily swayed by the attention of older peers. But you put him next to Pam Smart, and it's like gasoline meeting with a match. At some point, Pam and Billy Flynn ended up crossing that professional boundary.
Ooh.
There was a young girl named Cecilia. Cecilia was a library aide, just like I was a library aide, and I was scooting around the library showing people pictures of Woodstock tits. Cecilia was a very close confidant of Pam Smart.
Okay.
And of all of the people that just really looked up to Pam, Cecilia was probably number one. She really just thought of her as like a best friend and just wanted to be, you know, eye to eye with Pam. So she was ditching class. She was doing all kinds of whatever she could do just to be in tune and to be in the presence of the media center lady, Pam Smart. Eventually, Cecilia and what's his name? Billy. They started to hang out with Pam on the outside of school. The two kids would go to her house and they would hang out. Not really clear what they were fucking
little weird
what they were doing, but one day they were hanging out there, and Pam said, "Cecilia, you need to take my dog and take the dog for a long walk." So Cecilia, always trying to please Pam, she took the dog for a walk. And then old fucking Billy Flynn took Pam up to her room and beat cake, buddy. Laid her down.
Man.
Hairy thighs and all. Part of them cheeks. We'll call this leg Thanksgiving and this leg Christmas. I'm going to meet you between the holidays, baby girl.
Dude, that shit would have been wild back in the day, man.
and he was fucking her.
Thanks for spelling that out.
And then Cecilia came home from walking the dog and caught him having sex.
Oh man, that dude had a good little fucking sex drive.
Well, I think Cecilia was a frigid bitch. If I do got to connect the dots here.
Jealous.
Yeah. She ended up selling the details of this story for $100,000.
Oh,
Here
nice.
we are. You guys, you're getting it for free.
Yeah, you had to fucking fill your underwear with
And
pudding.
neither one of us had to fuck a teenager to get the information. We are law-abiding citizens
Yeah, at least in that aspect.
that will call the police in the event of misdeeds and crimes being committed.
Yep.
I threatened. There was a picture of Dixie D'Amelio and Joe Burrow, and I called the Vandalia Police Department. I said, I would like to report a crime. You keep this fucking whore away from Joe Burrow.
She's of age though.
I don't care. I don't care.
You keep this bitch away from my king.
Keep this whore.
You don't taint his legacy.
He's like, yeah, I sent this
trollop.
I sent this to my 2 teenage girls. I said, get this whore away. I did all caps.
Yeah, you did. I will not rest. Get this whore away from him.
And I sent him a screenshot of the Vandalia Police Department. I don't care. I'm reporting. Keep this whore.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so they ended up passing that professional boundary that it was an invisible fence. According to the prosecutions in the later trial, Pam seduced Billy. This is where things started to get a little sticky in the timeline. Some sources say Billy had a crush on Pam and she reciprocated or even led him on. Others argue that Billy was obsessed and Pam was flattered. I would say it was probably a mixture of all these together.
Yeah.
But she tried to keep it professional. Regardless, the two wound up in a sexual relationship. Pam, a 22-year-old staff member, and Billy, her 15-year-old student.
That's not good, man. No bueno.
That's a huge red flag, obviously, for all of you, those of you keeping track at home and are cognizant of how laws in America work. But in that bubble of secrecy, the lines between teacher and student, adult and child, it got completely smashed to smithereens. Their relationship, while it was hush-hush, Billy confiding in Pam, and then Pam venting to him about marital issues, and behind closed doors, they embarked on a physical affair. Imagine you're getting your first piece at 15 of a teacher, a 22-year-old teacher, who's very attractive.
Sure.
And she's venting about how much she hates her husband, how much this cunt Cecilia won't go away and just give you the space that you deserve. That's a lot for a 15-year-old. You know, he's got an earring, he plays guitar.
He's just fucking sitting there playing Master of Puppets.
So he's gay.
She's getting wet as fuck.
Master! According to prosecutors, the topic of Greg Smart, the husband, began to take center stage in their conversations, but not in a very positive light. Pam allegedly painted Greg as a controlling husband, and he was very much an obstacle to their happiness.
She's essentially venting to a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get some puss.
His fucking frontal lobe's about 17% formed.
Right.
He's lighting tissues and farts on fire and stuff.
I was gonna say he's lighting farts on fire.
You're giving him the burden of your destroyed marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. The darkest speculation here, though, is that Pam started to hint that if Greg were no longer around and in the picture, that she and Billy could be together forever. Billy, being a lovesick teenager with the, like I said, missing the majority of his frontal lobe there, desperate to prove his devotion, well, he was all ears about possible plans and scenarios of how they could work this out and they could be together forever.
Your first piece of ass, man, something crazy.
Oh, my God, dude. I watched a dude in high school headbutt a locker and knock himself out over this girl who was really ugly. She had acne and shit. She probably had hairy thighs. I don't know. But I'm just thinking to myself, That girl is not worth headbutting a locker and knocking
Dude.
yourself over.
It's crazy, man. That first sniff of puss makes you fucking go crazy.
And they're still together.
Oh, shit.
They're younger, though. I think they're a grade or two younger than us.
Okay.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
He is a literal psychopath. So let's fast forward to the night that everything changed. I will say that there were allegedly there was a plan hashed out
Okay.
for Billy to kill Greg.
Okay.
There were two different occasions where it was all plans ago. He was supposed to kill Greg and then he pussed out. And then Pam went to Billy and said, You're a pussy for not killing him, you fucking pussy. And he's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And she said, okay, do it, but please don't do it in front of the dog. I don't want to traumatize the dog.
I don't want the dog to see.
She was genuinely concerned that Billy was going to kill her husband in front of the dog.
Whatever you do, don't look in his underwear. I'm pretty sure there's pudding in there.
Don't touch the snack packs in the fridge. You don't even have to put snack packs in the fridge. You just...
That feels weird.
Well...
It feels weird to me.
When it can double as shit.
That's true. I guess you want room temperature pudding if you're putting it in your ass. You don't want the cold stuff.
It'd probably feel good to just put pudding up your ass.
like actually in?
Not in, up, dude. There's a difference between in and up.
You're talking in your butt crack or up your asshole?
Like if you just put pudding on your finger and just like barely touched it, that's
Okay.
like that's putting it in your asshole. But if you take and just fucking cram it up there,
like a fucking Muppet.
You feel bones and shit. That's sticking it up your ass.
That's true. That makes sense.
So when you're telling somebody to fuck off, if you say, "Oh, why don't you go put that in your ass?" Well, yeah, that is a little bit of a provocative statement. If you tell somebody, "Go shove it up their fucking ass,"
Yeah.
that's why don't you shove a dick up your ass? That means you want them to get hurt by that dick.
Yeah, right. That's dry. Going in dry, ripping and tearing.
A lot of ripping and tearing, baby.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to the night that everything changed, May 1st, 1990. Greg Smart, well, he came home from a work meeting expecting a normal evening, and let it be known that Greg was believed to have been engaging in an affair of his own as well, but not with a teenager.
Well, yeah.
As he walked through the door, he was ambushed. There's a chilling element to this crime scene. Greg was shot point blank in the head, execution style, on his knees.
Ooh.
The bullet tore through his skull and blood sprayed across the entryway. By the time he hit the floor, he was already dying or dead. When the police arrived, they found Greg's body in a pool of blood, the back of his head blown apart. They noticed signs of a possible struggle, but it also looked staged, like an attempted burglary that didn't quite add up. And nothing major was missing, though. The TV, other valuables left behind, Greg's wallet full of cash, it wasn't taken. But it didn't look like the stereotypical chaos you would see in a random home invasion. Pam rushed into the scene at some point, hysterical, crying out that her husband had been murdered. From the outside, it appeared to be a tragic robbery turned homicide. Friends, family, well, everyone was devastated. Greg Smart was only 24 years old. He was a very friendly guy, well-liked with an entire lifetime ahead of him. The local news stations blanketed this incident, as things like this don't happen very often there in Derry, New Hampshire. But it would soon balloon into a full-blown media frenzy, feeding people little bits and bits of the truth. They were kind of more and more was trickling out because loose lips, they do sink ships. Police started investigating, and it didn't take long for them to pick up a strange vibe around this, the happenings of this crime. The break-in, it looked phony. The scene felt staged. so they started to look closer at possible motives. Soon they found a thread. Teenagers.
Uh-oh.
Teenagers scared the living shit out of me. I can care less as long as they have to be. Investigators got a wind of rumors that a few high school kids had been talking about the murder, and more specifically, bragging about it. That's what dumb kids do.
Kids are so stupid.
This wasn't your typical burglary suspect profile either. Eventually, the cops zeroed in on Billy Flynn and 3 of his friends, Pete Randall, Vance Latime. He was called JR.
Of course he was.
Anytime you need crime committed, just find a fellow named JR and he can probably get it done for you.
Definitely guilty already.
And Raymond Ray Fowler. The rumor was that these teens had not only planned the murder, but carried it out all under the direction, or at least the influence, of their librarian, Pam Smart. When questioned, these kids started dropping big hints. A couple of them sang like canaries, cutting deals to save themselves, and a horrifying story emerged. Pam had allegedly threatened to break things off with Billy if he didn't kill her husband, Greg. Billy Flynn and Patrick Randall had entered the condo armed with a handgun provided by Latime. While Randall restrained Greg, Billy pulled the trigger. The scene was fucking, there was blood and guts and brains all over this, all over the condo. Imagine a 15-year-old kid pumped up full of adrenaline and just lust, I guess I should say, pressing a gun to a grown man's head in the hallway of his own home. Then, the trigger was pulled and a life was extinguished.
Once again, man, anytime before you do anything like this, you gotta fucking bust a nut.
Bust a nut.
You gotta really think about it, and like you'll really think clearly after you just come in.
Post nut clarity.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
God, I hate jacking off donkeys or whatever it is.
Right. Like, I don't even like this bitch. Who am I? I ain't gonna kill her. I ain't gonna kill him.
Sometimes I get really horned up, and I'm like,
Sure.
God, I wish I could suck my own dick. And then I jack off, and then I'm done. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking gay.
Fucking gay.
I would never suck my own dick. Knowing full well, if we flash forward 24 hours, I'm going to be all revved up like a Hot Wheel again.
Trying to suck your own dick again.
Oh, suck my own dick.
Sitting in the fucking corner trying to get your dick in your mouth.
Why am I so fat? Why am my dick like fucking 15 inches long? Fuck you, Dad. I hate my gay dad. Wish I could get another guy to suck my dick.
Dude, it's so pre-nut is so fucking weird. It's such an awkward place to be because it doesn't matter what it is, dude.
I'm gonna fuck a pop can, whatever. I want to open my dick with a can opener. I want to make out with a fucking guy. God, I want to make out with a guy.
Afterwards, you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with
when
me?
you're done, you're just like, I want to kill someone.
I want to kill myself.
I want to kill a midget. Yeah, when you're all done, you're like, you're on Google looking up big game hunting trips and stuff. You want to go kill like one of the last fucking lions and shit.
You just try to think of the most masculine shit you can.
Yeah. Go out and drink a case of 5W40 in the garage.
Watch videos of those fucking people in Indonesia build mud huts. Like, I don't fucking do that.
Go out and start weed eating and shit in the middle of the winter.
It's also some fight bears.
Yeah, these kids. Well, I should. Yeah, Pam gave Greg the ultimatum that the only way that she would move on with him is if Billy eliminated Greg. And as these teenagers spilled their version of the story, the spotlight, it started to shift to Pam. She was no longer just the grieving widow Suddenly, she was the alleged puppeteer of these young, influential teenagers. Once the police, once they got enough probable cause, well, they charged Pam Smart with conspiracy to commit murder and being an accomplice to first-degree murder. In New Hampshire, they have about 2 deaths per millennium, so they were ready to fucking shove the long dick of the law up the ass of whoever was willing, not in the ass. They were wanting to shove the long dick of the law up into the ass.
Up the ass.
The story, it became national news.
2 deaths per millennia.
Is that a fucking...
That's probably
I
accurate.
took statistics in middle school. I think that's right, honestly.
I think there's only like 14 people that live there anyway, so that sounds right.
So you have this photogenic blonde bombshell, the media coordinator accused of seducing a teenage boy and persuading him to kill her ex-husband, or to kill her husband, not an ex, he was the current husband.
Man.
She was pretty well-spoken and adamant that she was innocent. The public couldn't get enough of this sexy teacher orchestrates murder narrative.
I get it.
The trial kicked off in March of 1991. The prosecution laid out their evidence. And I do have a small clip here of people dying to get into the courtroom to see this unfold. She was a sweetheart. I mean, she was everyone. I'll let you listen to this.
Hell yeah,
little
let's fucking
clip
get
we got
let's get a
here.
gander.
What's going on here?
Can we admit that we're all transfixed by that sick little soap opera trial in Exeter, New Hampshire?
If this story were a made-for-TV movie, and it surely will be, you might not believe it.
The Smart trial is the hottest show in Exeter. So hot, you have to have a ticket to get in.
Scene has become commonplace.
Will you give me another number for my girlfriend? She couldn't leave till quarter to 7.
Monday through Friday, groupies of the Pamela Smart trial camp out for hours just to get one of the 30 tickets reserved for public seating inside the courtroom.
What time did you get here today?
1:30 this morning.
1:30. Why?
Wanted to get a front row seat, I guess.
It's just the case is so bizarre that I just can't believe the whole thing, so I thought it would be interesting to come and see exactly what is transpiring.
You mean just watching it on television was not enough?
Was not enough, although when we came Friday, I ended up watching it on television in the other room there because the court was filled.
Yeah. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Let's take a seat.
Those arriving too late for the reserved seating, which today was any time after 4:30 a.m., are still allowed to watch the proceedings on a 13-inch television monitor across from the courtroom.
Our guest, Alan Dershowitz, has come to the legal rescue of Klaus von Bülow, Leona Helmsley, Jim Baker, among other...
Yeah, he helped Jeff Epstein, too.
Can you imagine a route to freedom for Pamela Smart?
It's not going to be easy.
The coverage of the case was in full bloom before the trial.
So, I mean, there was a grip on the public.
Media frenzy for that, yeah, for sure.
One guy got in line at 1:30 a.m.
That's crazy.
For tickets.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this, many men started to swoon over her.
That guy looked like he was one of them.
He was, you could, yeah, I mean,
he looked horny. He looked like he was about to try to suck his own dick in the
he
parking
was all
lot.
horned up. God, I want to suck my own dick in this parking lot.
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine?
And then he jacked off. He's like, this bitch is nasty.
Not only are you fucking sitting in court for fucking a kid, but then they're selling tickets for people to watch. Like it's
and you got literally thousands of horned up men that are willing to risk it all for you.
Wishing they were 14 again.
Yeah. It's just like a fantasy played out for so many of them. It's kind of
crazy,
weird. There were taped conversations with Pam's secretly wired friend, Cecilia, in which Pam appeared to incriminate herself.
Okay.
Testimonies from Billy Flynn and his co-conspirators who claim Pam was the mastermind. The illicit relationship between Pam and Billy, there were evidence that something was seriously off, and I have another clip here. Let's play that for you.
Yeah.
What was the nature of your relationship with Bill Flynn?
Okay, so this is like 2 or 3 minutes here. This is of Pam Smart, and she's testifying. She's being cross-examined.
Mm-hmm.
And she pretty much lays it out there like, yeah, we were romantic, but I didn't make him kill my husband.
Same as everyone else's, just acquaintances.
You like him?
Yes, I thought he was a good kid.
What did you like from him?
He was easy to talk to. Friendly.
Do you have any shared interests?
Yeah, he liked some of the same music that I do, and he played the guitar.
Did your relationship with Bill Flynn ever
Play the guitar.
You hear it come right there at the end?
She definitely filled her bloomers full of pudding.
He played guitar.
Play the guitar.
He played the guitar.
Oh,
Did your
fuck.
relationship with Bill Flynn ever change?
Yes, it did.
Why? How?
Why? I don't know, but how? When we were working on the video, I was told from the beginning from Cecilia that Bill had a crush on me, and I didn't like him at first, but yes, I did. I did start to like him during the filming of the Orange Juice video.
I don't know anything about the Orange Juice video,
I was
so.
gonna say, what, the Orange Juice video?
Yes, I did.
Did there ever come a point in time when you did kiss Bill Flynn?
Yes, I did. Well, I didn't set out to have an affair with him, but I did. Well, there had been quite a few occasions when I had wanted to tell Greg, but I had chickened out. I drove up to the house, I went into the garage, and I went up to the house, and I noticed that the outside lights weren't on. And I remember thinking that was odd because Greg usually left them on when he knew that I was going to be late. But, I didn't think it was anything major. I just remember thinking it was odd. Well, it all happened in a matter of, not even a second, I don't think. And I remember seeing things near him, like a candlestick and a pillow, and I remember the first thing I thought was to go get help. And I said Greg's name, and he didn't answer, and I ran out. It all happened really fast. It's hard for me to remember exactly. I didn't know what was going on.
Guilty.
Yep.
The defense tried to paint Pam as an unwitting victim of teenage obsession, claiming Billy acted on his own accord or that she had no idea it would go this far, but the jury heard the tapes. They heard Billy's emotional recounting of that fatal shot, and they were shown how it all lined up. It was I would play the clip of Cecilia wearing the wire, but the audio is really hard to decipher without having the captions there. But I will say Pam threatened Cecilia, pretty much trying to manipulate her into not talking to the police, telling her, you're gonna get fucking sent to jail too, and just being really nasty towards Cecilia.
Yeah,
talking to her, in a very manipulative manner, trying to make her seem like that she would be, sentenced to death or put in prison for life if she gave any details about the crimes. But nonetheless, she completely rats herself out when Cecilia was wearing the wire. Pam says, she alludes to murdering Greg and convincing the others to do it. She rats herself out.
It's in black and white.
Yeah. But the jury, they heard the tapes, they heard Billy's testimony, and they were shown how it all lined up. It's worth noting how absolutely theatrical this trial became. Reporters jammed the courtroom, and cameras were everywhere, and every twist in the testimony fed the media beast. And it was like the OJ trial before. This was like when the true crime obsession in the 90s started was with this trial. Billy Flynn, crying on the stand, recounted how Pam told him it was either him or me. He insisted she coerced him by threatening to break off their relationship if he did not kill her husband, Greg. And that's Greg with 2 G's at the end, so all intents and purposes here, he might have deserved to die. I don't know.
Triple G. Oh, fucking Triple G, dog. That's the first thing I know. It's like, God damn, he's got a 5-letter, 6-letter long, or a 5-letter long name, and 3 of those letters are
all
G's.
It was it wasn't a very favorable situation here. It kind of the picture was perfectly laid out.
Yeah.
The press was particularly fascinated by how a grown woman could manipulate a 15-year-old boy into committing such a heinous crime of murder. Ultimately, Pam Smart was convicted of being an accomplice to first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and witness tampering. She received a life sentence without the possibility of parole, while Billy Flynn and Patrick Randall were also convicted, but since they were minors, they got reduced sentences with the possibility of parole, which they've both been released since then. Over time, Billy Flynn, Randall Latime, and Fowler all served prison terms and were eventually released. Flynn himself expressed remorse, Billy Flynn did, stating he was a naive kid who did a monstrous thing. Pam, on the other hand, well, has always maintained her innocence, claiming she never wanted her husband dead, never asked for it, and that the entire plot was concocted by these teenagers. She tried appealing her conviction multiple times, but so far has remained behind bars. There's a chunk of public who believe Pam was railroaded, that it was a sensational trial overshadowed by media hype. I will say there were a lot of details I read about how all the teenagers were housed in the same housing unit, the juvenile detention facility. So, they just got to spend all day concocting their narrative, and it worked for them, man. However, the majority, including the legal system, point to the taped evidence and the consistent testimonies from the teenagers' assassins as proof of Pam Smart's guilt.
Sure.
The graphic nature of Greg's murder, he was shot in the head at point-blank range in his own home. It has stuck with the locals, and many still remember the day they heard about the crime on the news and how shocking it was that kids from the local high school could pull off such a heinous crime. And at the top of that,
welcome to fucking 2025 where kids pull the fucking trigger at that age all the fucking
every
time.
day.
Yeah.
And they found it hard to believe that a respected young woman, an educator only in her early 20s, was allegedly the puppet master. Pamela, to this day, she remains incarcerated at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility. Billy Flynn served 25 years before being released in 2015.
I'm surprised he served that long,
I
honestly.
know, man. And Patrick Randall, he was released the same day. Vance Latime, who I believe was one of them took the gun from their dad, and that's kind of what busted this open. Is the dad found the gun where it normally was, and he said, "This gun's clean. The last time I used it, I put it up dirty." And he called the police and said, I think my kid's in on this." And he reported them.
Oh shit!
He said, I got a firearm that I know should be dirty, and it's completely clean. So I think it was used in the crime. And indeed, the gun.
What a narc! What a fucking narc, dude.
Yeah, he turned his
fucking bootlicker.
Turned his son in. Raymond Fowler was paroled in 2003 and then reincarcerated, then released again. To this day, Pam still claims she's innocent and that she's still been denied parole many, many times. Here's a video recently, I believe it's from last year, of her asking
My name is Pamela Smart. I've been incarcerated since 1990. I was convicted of being an accomplice to murder, and I'm serving a life sentence without any possibility for parole. I've been incarcerated in New York State for nearly 32 years, and I was previously in New Hampshire for 2.5 years. I think I was incarcerated about at least 8 or 9 years at Bedford Hills, so probably 10 years into my incarceration before I got into Eve's group, Eve Enzler's writing group. And in that group was where I began, to dig deeper into my own responsibility. I always thought that I was going to a deep place, as we all did in the group. And she would pressure us and encourage us to go beyond into spaces that we didn't want to be in.
Come on, bitch. Get it out.
Let's go, you kid fucker.
For me, that was really hard because going into those places, in those spaces is where I found myself responsible for something I desperately didn't want to be responsible for. My husband's murder. I had to acknowledge for the first time in my own, mind and my own heart how responsible I was, because I had deflected blame all the time. I think almost as if it was a coping mechanism, because the truth of being so responsible was very difficult for me, because I'm not a person that went through life hurting other people. And it was a space that was very uncomfortable for me and something that was new. Now that I am older and able to look back on things, I can see so many errors that I made, and I can see how skewed my judgment was and how immature I was looking backwards. I'm such a different person than I was. I'm more thoughtful before, I think things through before I make decisions, and less impulsive, and just more responsible and mature than I was back then. I mean, it's 34 years is a very long time. And during that time, I've done a lot of work on myself and a lot of spiritual work, and just had a big growth in who I am and how I deal with things and people.
To the governor of New
I
Hampshire.
respectfully ask him for the opportunity to come before you, the New Hampshire Executive Council, and have an honest conversation with you about my incarceration, my acceptance of responsibility, and any concerns you might have, any questions. If I could come in person or via video conference so that we could share an honest conversation, I would be extremely grateful.
Let's invite Greg, see if he can come and talk about whether he wants you to be released or not.
Oh, wait, we can't.
Yeah, I see right through her shit, dude.
Yeah.
She's
He had to fucking shovel his brains off of the living room floor.
ladle it.
Yeah, fucking ladle it. Jeez.
He was coming home to eat some pudding, and next thing you know, it said, this is a really, I don't have the clip, but when one of the kids was testifying, they said that Greg thought he was being robbed. He's like, here's my wallet, here's my ring, or he said, here's my wallet, here's my money. And the kids are like, okay, let's run with this. Let's make it seem like we're robbing him before we kill him. And the one kid said, give me your ring. And Greg said, I can't give you my ring. My wife will kill me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she will. She's going to fucking kill you, all right?
She's going to kill you one way or the other, brother.
And they shot him and killed him. And,
damn, man.
Yeah. Sad story.
It is sad.
I feel like justice was served, though.
Keep the kid fucker locked up.
Keep her locked up. What if your son came home and said he was laying pipe to this 22-year-old bunny librarian? Slippery slope, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, you got to do the right thing.
I was actively engaging in a lot of sex when I was 15. No one above the age of 18, but
sure. I mean, that's okay.
Pretty natural.
Yeah, I would say.
I could suck my own dick then.
The things you could do when you're younger that you just take for granted. Now that you're older, man.
And by my dick, I mean my dad's dick.
I was telling you beforehand, a couple days ago, I sneezed and fucking threw my L1 out. I had to steal my fucking mother-in-law's walker to get in here.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
I was going to have you help me move that recliner, but I did it myself. I'm glad I did because you would have been of no service to me whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I use one of them little dollies. Furniture
okay.
dolly.
Yeah, those things are sweet.
One of the most valuable things to keep around the house. A furniture dolly and a step stool.
Yeah.
Condoms. For holding your pudding.
Pudding to go.
What if we just what if we just we could start this crime ring.
Mm-hmm.
Not even really a crime ring, but just all over the city of Dayton. We just start leaving random condoms full of pudding.
Dude, that'd be funny as fuck.
Just putting like 8 snack packs in a Magnum.
Yeah.
Just leaving these around places.
Dude, that'd be fun. I think we should do it.
Let's see how ChatGPT would
snack pack full of snack pack full of or condom full of snack pack. I couldn't get that right. Sorry, I'm extra sniffy right now.
Create a script for a breaking news report about bandits in Dayton, Ohio.
Would it technically be reverse bandits if they're leaving stuff instead of taking it?
Hundreds.
The pudding bandits.
Hundreds of condoms filled with pudding all over the city. Excuse me. Good evening, Dayton. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you breaking news of a bizarre crime spring breaking out around the city. Authorities are on high alert tonight as a gang of unidentified criminals, now dubbed the Pudding Bandits, have left hundreds, if not thousands, of condom-filled puddings strewn across the city, parks, streets, and public buildings of Dayton, Ohio. That's right, folks. What began as a harmless prank has escalated into what law enforcement is calling a public health hazard, an absolute nightmare for city workers. Since early this morning, residents have reported finding latex surprises in parking lots, playgrounds, bus stops, and even outside a city hall. And let's be clear, these aren't your typical discarded prophylactics. No, they're filled to the brim with pudding, chocolate, vanilla, tapioca, you name it, it's out there. Authorities... Hold on, dude. I'm in the middle of this.
Why's it gotta be the pudding that looks like cum?
Can I finish my fucking... I was in the zone, dude.
I'm sorry, that fucked me up really bad.
Authorities have yet to determine a motive behind the bizarre display. Some speculate it's work of rogue pranksters. Others believe it could be an elaborate protest. But for what? Nobody knows. One thing's for sure. Dayton streets have never been this custardy.
It does not say that.
Right there. Custardy.
That's so funny.
Cut to witness. I was just walking my dog, normal walking, and then bam, right on my windshield, condom full of banana pudding. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Dude, I would eat that. It's so fucking
I'd slurp it.
Give me a spoon.
You gonna eat that? I thought, oh, Lord, it's happening again. This ain't the first time either. Last week I stepped on what I thought were a water balloon. No, it was not a water balloon. This city is cursed, man.
The fucking latex Go-Gurt.
Cut to city officials. We urge the public to remain calm. If you come across one of these objects, do not touch it. We don't know what's in them, and quite frankly, we don't want to. Just call the authorities and let the professionals handle the cleanup. This is from the police chief. We're actively investigating these incidents and reviewing security footage from multiple locations. We ask anyone with information to come forward immediately. This is not a joke. It's a serious misuse of dessert products and latex materials. Local grocery stores have reported a suspicious uptick in pudding and condom sales, leading to some believe that the bandits may be among us, blending in, biding their time, waiting to strike again. Will they be caught? Will Dayton ever be safe from the creamy chaos? Stay tuned as we follow this developing story. For now, lock your doors, check your tires, and maybe, just maybe, skip dessert tonight.
Oh, fuck, my face hurts so bad. Oh, this is so fucking stupid. Why is it so good and so thorough?
Perfect.
Dude, that's so fucking fucking good.
That bitch is walking her dog in front of a condom full of banana pudding.
Holy shit, that's fucking good. Oh my god.
I got a future in this, man.
Dude, we need to have a whole episode of just fucking fake stories that we write shit like this.
Yeah.
We can tell everybody beforehand it's fucking fake.
No, we'll tell them it's real.
Or just tell them it's real.
No one fucking gives a fuck with this show.
Holy shit, that's so fucking good. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Let's do it.
This has been a special report. Good night and stay vigilant.
Fucking creamy surprise. Fucking prophylactic fill of tapioca.
That's yucky, man.
Oh, dude. Oh, shit. That fucking hurt me, man. That. Oh, man. I'm going to have to file for disability.
Wheezy, dude.
Popped the lung,
Popped
dude.
a nut.
Yeah,
Suck your own dick now. Dislocated a rib.
Oh, they lost 5 pounds from laughing. Dude, that took me out.
Police chief was tore up, dude. He was
Oh,
pissed,
God.
man.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Good shit.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys happen to stumble upon a condom full of pudding on your windshield, your tires.
Just know you've been visited by the Brohio Ferry.
What'd they call us? They gave us a name.
The Puddin' Bandits.
Pudding bandits.
It's got to be puddin'.
The city's covered in custard.
Custard chaos.
I'm going to fill my wife full of custard tonight.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. And for those of you listening still, we are soliciting Battlefield of Love submissions for a midweek episode. You can go to brohiopodcast.com/love to submit a anonymous story, or if you would like to just send us to our email. Say, I don't want to remain anonymous. That's fine too.
Sure.
brohiopodcast@gmail.com. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I hope that you are finding sunshine and happiness in your life, because that is what you bring to our life, is sunshine and happiness. And we love you. We're so thankful that you give us your time every week. We'll repay you someday.
Sure, somehow.
There's going to be a sex tape. There's going to be a lot of pudding. Tapioca, banana, chocolate, vanilla. And there's going to be condoms, because nobody wants that shit you can't give back.
Oh, shit.
You don't want that monkey on my back,
Don't
bro.
want it. Don't want it, man.
All right, guys.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
All right, YouTube.
Oh, my fucking non-existent abs hurt.
My nuts hurt. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.